Hey there folks, the Scottsdale Travel Chicks sidekick here with our mini guide on how to do the famous Road to Hana on Maui. In this video, we'll talk not just about all the top sites along the route, but also the best strategy to do it in the most relaxing way. We focus only on the Road to Hana here. If you want to know much more about Maui and how to do all the top sites across the island, then please check out our much more detailed and top-rated Ultimate Guide to Maui. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's jump right in to the famous Road to Hana. But before we get into the sites, I want to start off with 3 important tips. Number 1, we recommend you do this on your own, as you'll have the flexibility to stop wherever you want and stay as long as you want. But a super big warning here, no matter what, this will be a really long and tiring day trip. Trust me on this. Many videos won't mention it, but it will be. Because of this, number 2, we really recommend you consider doing this trip over 2 days with 1 night in Hana. And if you do, number 3, we recommend doing this on your last 2 days and 1 night in Maui, so that you finish the trip at the airport, as return flights back to the U.S. mainland typically leave late in the evening and from this side of the island. Okay, let's do that Road to Hana now. Hana Highway is 64 miles of mostly very narrow road and twisty curves, sprinkled with waterfalls, swimming holes, hikes, lots of bridges, beaches, and great views. And as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be a long day, hopefully 2 if you take our advice. I'll cover all the Hana Highway sites quickly here in a clockwise direction, and I'll skip some of the more minor sites due to time. The first site you'll come to is Baldwin Beach Park. It's a big beach and very scenic, and if you're not on this tour, it's a great place to spend a day at the beach. We thought this place was gorgeous. Next, we come to the quaint town of Paia. Home to celebrities and locals alike, Paia is an old surfing and plantation town that's unofficially called the start of the Hana Highway.
I'm gonna go get me some shaved ice.
Then there's Ho'okipa Beach, and it's famous for sea turtles and windsurfing. And note, the waves are huge here in the winter. Above this beach is also Ho'okipa Lookout, with sweeping views of the North Shore coastline and surfers down below. It's a great place for some pics and just taking it all in. Jaws Beach is next. It's famous for big wave surfing in the winter months, but it is hard to get to, and you have to pay $10 to park and then walk 1 mile down to the beach. Certainly skip this if you're short on time. Next up is Mile Marker Zero. It's kind of a tourist attraction in itself, but this is the place to reset your odometer and take note of your mileage, because everything after this I'll reference by rough mile marker locations. 10 minutes further down the road, near mile marker 2, you'll come to Twin Falls. It's one of the most accessible waterfalls on Maui, but it requires a short hike. It's worth it, as you'll get to see 2 beautiful waterfalls, and you can swim at the base of each. Even though they charge $10 for parking, I suppose it's worth it. Be sure to grab a fruit smoothie or a banana bread at the roadside stand on your way out. Next up, at mile marker 10, is Wai'anapanapa Ridge Trail. You can do this short loop trail or take the longer hike, but maybe skip this if you're short on time. 1 mile further down the road is the 26-acre Garden of Eden Arboretum. In addition to a variety of plants and trees, there's a collection of birds that you'll also enjoy here too. Plus, a cool bonus tip here is just outside the entrance is a local fruit stand we'd really recommend called Savor Maui. And Be sure to feed the peacocks while you're here.
Oh, okay. That's good. More.
At mile marker 14 is hana-maui Beach. It's a small, secluded black sand beach. If you have a 4x4, you can drive all the way down. Otherwise, park on the road and make the short 10-minute walk. Between mile markers 16 and 17, you'll come to a slightly bigger parking area for K&I Arboretum. And it's a free arboretum kind of by itself in the middle of the woods. It's worth a short walk down for a look around. And this is one of the best places to take in some of those famous rainbow trees. Then, at mile marker 17, you'll come to K&I Peninsula. K&I Peninsula is a beautiful stop to stretch your legs, take in some views of the coastline, walk the lava field, and maybe have a snack at one of the food shacks here. After that, you're halfway to Hana. Ta-da! Just like that. And you'll come to the Halfway to Hana rest stop. It's more or less a big sign to attract attention, but there is a stop here to buy some banana bread, shaved ice, and other basics. Less than a mile away, near mile marker 19, is one of the better stops along the Road to Hana. It's Upper Waikani Falls. These are perhaps the best waterfalls along the drive, and there's a swimming hole here as well. Next up is another waterfall at mile marker 24. Are you sensing a trend here? This one's called Hana-maui Falls, and they are just off the road. But you can also do a short hike up behind the falls for some more interesting views. At mile marker 31, you'll have the option for a slight detour to two more attractions. One is the Hana Lava Tube, where they charge $15 to go into their lava tube and also a plant maze. And the other is Kahananu Garden, where they charge $20 to see their Hawaiian garden, with some amazing views. After these two options, we're getting pretty close to the town of Hana. And we now come to one of the biggest sites on the entire Road to Hana, Wai'anapanapa State Park. Here, there's a popular black sand beach and some sea cliffs to explore. But the key point to note for this stop is that advanced online reservations are required, and the last entry is 4 p.m. They say this is the best black sand beach on the island, plus there's an ocean cave, lava tube, and blowhole. We made it here late in the day and wish we had more time to explore it, so don't cut yourself short like we did. And this is another reason to consider doing this drive over 2 days with an overnight stay in Hana, as you likely won't get here until late in the day. After this is mile marker 34, where we reach the namesake town of Hana. But this is not even close to the end of our trip. Although only a small village, this is the place you'll stay if you want to make this a 2-day trip. And by far, the best place to stay here is the Hana-Maui Resort. Check out our detailed hotel review if you want to learn more about this place. After Hana Town, there's still more to see, and both Koki Beach and Hamoa Beach are up next. Koki's a nice beach with a food shack. This is a red sand beach called Koki Beach, just a little bit past Hana Town. While Hamoa is one of the least crowded beaches around, yet with white sand and gorgeous views. Finally, we finish off our Road to Hana with 2 biggie sites near the end. The first is Wailea Falls, an iconic and popular 80-foot waterfall just off the highway with a swimming hole. It's a beautiful spot, so take your time here. Our final site on the Road to Hana is another biggie, Haleakala National Park, 10 miles past Hana itself. And yes, this is the same park that's in central Maui, but this is the back entrance and with a completely different feeling. Advanced reservations are required, but if you remember our earlier pro tip, you'll know you can use your original entrance ticket here within 3 days, so plan accordingly. This place is home to, among other sites, Midway Trail, Waikamoku Falls, and Ohio Gulch, or the 7 sacred pools. The first thing you should do here is stop by the Kipahulu Visitor Center and ask them about water flow conditions and any park closures. Then, Ohio Gulch, or the 7 sacred pools, is next door. And this is a short loop hike with views of the crashing ocean and the famous pools of Ohio Gulch. But honestly, unless there's been a lot of heavy rainfall, they're not that spectacular. The Midway Trail starts just across the road. This is one of the most popular hikes on the island, and it's a 7-mile round-trip trail offering up views of 2 waterfalls and a walk through a bamboo forest. And after that, we enter the bamboo forest. This is kind of our destination. Going all the way up. If you're short on time though, you can just hike to the first lookout point where you can view the 400-foot Waimoku Falls in the distance. After this, it's possible to continue to drive all the way around the island, but the road is terrible, there's not much to see, and rental car companies strictly prohibit driving it. So, from here, you'll turn around and drive all the way back. So make sure you have enough energy to drive safely all the way back. Otherwise, consider that overnight stay in Hana, as we recommend, and then hit up the next day, whatever you chose to skip on your first day out. Well, there you have it, folks, our ultimate guide to doing the Road to Hana. Did we miss any of your favorites? Or do you have a secret tip you'd like to share with others? Please let us know in the comments section below, and please consider subscribing to our channel for more fun, informative travel videos just like this one.
Until next time, see you later.